up guys, Phoenix here, and welcome to the final part of our Erichan pixel art tutorial. It's been a long journey guys, but we're finally at the end. So today we're going to finish up the facial details and some of the shading. Then I'm going to go into detail on the coloring, and then you'll be free to go. I still have to finish up Zenitsu. I finished up NIVIRO a few days ago, and then we'll start our next batch of pixel art tutorials. I might be taking a small break. I'll still have videos probably coming out for Roblox, but for Minecraft I'm not sure if I'll be uploading as frequently until I feel like I'm able to handle another batch of tutorials. You guys have been showing support. I appreciate everybody who shows up to the videos, even though they're not been doing super well. It's not pixel arts aren't too popular, but I'll try to put the content out for you guys. I know you guys support it when you can, and I appreciate that. Anyways, from the left eyeball where we last left off, there's just kind of this single floating there with a dirt block on it. And we're going to start this video off by just putting one coal underneath that. And we're going to keep on going down and to the left from it and then rising up to just create the eyeball shape. So let's put a placement block underneath. And we're going to go down into the left one single. Down into the left 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then going to start going back up. So you can put your placement block to the left or top side. And we're going to go up into the left one single. 1. Up into the left 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up into the left 8 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up into the right 2 vertical, so we're switching direction now, we're on the right side now, 1, 2. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 5 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we need to round it back down and hopefully meet up with what we had over here. So we're going to go down into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Down into the right 9 vertical. And this should meet up at the diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. And from that 9 vertical, we're going to now split this into segments. So that way we can do the other loops of the eyes. So starting at the top block of the 9 vertical, we're going to count down 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put 3 pieces of coal to the left of that block, 1, 2, 3, and this is going to split into 2 separate segments. One is going to be the white glossiness of the eye, and the other one is going to be a secondary smaller oval for the pink. So from this 3 flat we just created, first let's go underneath it with a placement block so that we can go down into the left 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. Then we can go down into the right 3 flat, so placement block underneath or to the right side, 1, 2, 3, and that finishes that little small segment right there with the white glossiness, and we can color that in with white if we wanted to right now and just be done with it. But let's go back up to that 3 flat at the top, and on that final block on the left side we're also going to put 1 coal on top. We're then going to go up into the left 2 flat, 1, 2. Down into the left 1 single, so placement block to the left or bottom side, 1. Down into left 5 vertical now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now to hopefully meet up with the other part of the eye right here, we're just going to go down into the right 1 single, down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, and then finally up into the right 1 single, 1, and that closes out the loop. Now that we have that left eye complete, we can now move on to the right side and we'll be done after that. So flying over to the right side of the face, we don't really have any indicator of where to start other than if you look on the right side where we come down right here, there's a double layer somewhere where we have the 2 vertical connected to this 5 vertical. So that's the only indicator on the right side of the face that we have to start with. And to be honest, I'm going to start with there with the white concrete. So I'm going to move that over in my inventory, and I'm going to keep the birch planks or whatever they're called, oak planks, close to, because we're going to be working with that in a second. So from this 2 vertical we have hanging off the side right here, we're going to go down into the left from it, 1 single with white concrete, so placement block underneath, 1. Down into left 2 flat, 2 times in a row with white concrete, 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2. And once you have that now, we're going to go to the second, this first set of 2 flats, so this one, the top one right here. And on the right block, we're going to add 17 oak planks going down into the right from it. So go to the right block, put a placement block to the bottom or right side, and we're going to go down into the right 17 oak planks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Placement block on the bottom, and we're going to go down into left 3 vertical with oak planks. 1, 2, 3. And then finally, we're just going to go down into left 2 vertical with oak planks. 1, 2. Perfect. So everything to the right here, we can just color that in with oak planks real quick. It shouldn't take long for you to do. It'll save you time if you do it right now instead of waiting for the end. But once you have that filled in, we're then going to go back to the white we were just working with and continue going to the left with it. Let me delete these dirt blocks too. Perfect. Let me just zoom out so you can see what we have. Or you could just see it on the right hand camera screen. From the second set of 2 flats, so this lower one right here, we're going to go to the right block in it. And we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical with coal. So 1, 2. So these each eye has 4 eyelashes. As you can see over there, we had the 4 black eyelashes connected to the white concrete. So this is eyelash number 1. From the 2 flat now, we're going to go down into the left from it. 11 flat with white concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops. Let me recount that so I don't mess it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. And from that 11, if we start over from the right side, we're going to count over 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we go to the end, we want the second to last block. And each of those is going to get 1 coal underneath it. So 1, 1. This one on the right is going to go down into the right 1 single. And the one on the left is going to go down into the left 1 single. So we should have something that looks like this. Now from that 11 flat, we're going to go up into the left 5 flat with white concrete. So placement block on the top or left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from the 5th block, we're going to put a coal at the end. And then go down into the left 2 vertical from there. 1, 2. And that's the 4th eyelash. Perfect. We're going to start curving a little bit up with it now. Let me just make sure we're not messing up anything. We're good to go. And from the 5 flat, we're going to start going up into the left and go up into left 5 singles with white concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. We're then going to go up into the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the left 9 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And from the top block in that 9 vertical, we're going to go to the right side and put 3 pieces of grass blocks to the right. 1, 2, 3. Followed by a black coal. And that's going to be where the eyeball starts once we're done shaping out the eyelash and this outline. So we can get rid of the dirt blocks right now, and I just want you to mark that single. We'll come back to it later. Going back to the 9 vertical concrete we have, we're then going to put a placement block on top, or not concrete, white concrete. And we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical white concrete. 1, 2. And then on top of that, we're going to put 6 pieces of coal going straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the reason we just have 6 going up like this is there's going to be something on the left and something on the right. So we have to double up on the eyelashes, kind of like what we did on the left side, where it just got really thick for no reason. And kind of just hooked onto the wall of her face. So, that sounds very violent, actually. So from the 6 vertical we have, we're going to find all the blocks in the middle. So we're not going to do the top or the bottom block in this. But all the blocks in the middle are going to get 1 to the left. So 1, 1, 1, 1. So there should be 4 blocks. And then you can delete those. And then what we're going to do is... From the top block, we'll just worry about that for now. So going from the top block, we're going to have to double back up with a second layer soon. But let's just worry about the top first. We're going to go up and to the right. 2 singles. 1, 2. And this is with coal. Up and to the right, 2 flat. 1, 2. And from that 2 flat, we're going to go to the left block. and put 2 blocks on top, 1, 2, followed by a coal. From that coal we just placed, we then can add 1 to the left. And we're going to split this in 2 directions, kind of like what we have on the left side. First on the right, we're going to go up into the right 2 flat, 1, 2. Then up into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. And this is just a small detour before we drop back down and work with the 2 flat right there. Going back to the left block now in the 2 flat we worked with, we're going to go underneath it and go down into the left 2 flat, 1, 2. And then down into left 2 singles, placement 1, 2. Perfect. So now we can go back to the 2 flat that we used to build this little bridge and continue with it. So we're going to go up into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, and just put a placement block at the end each time. Up into the right 7 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, placement block, and then delete the old one. Down into the right 5 flat, so we're underneath now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down into the right 1 single, 1, placement block. Down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2. And we're really close to the wall right now. All we're going to do is first on the right block in this 2 flat, we're going to switch over to our oak again, and we're going to put 5 blocks on top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And before we work with that oak, we're just going to connect this 2 flat to the wall by going down into the right 2 singles with it, 1, 2. And you can see it connected at the diagonal. We're not done with this yet. There's still going to be a doubled up layer right here that's going to kind of thicken it to the wall. Sorry if my voice is cracking. But what we want to do is we want to start working with the oak planks we have right there. Actually, no. We're not going to work with the oak planks yet, because then we can do the eyebrow from there. So let's instead mark the oak planks, and we'll come back to it shortly. I apologize for confusion. And instead what we're going to do is from the 2 singles we just placed, we're going to go to this bottom block right here, and we're going to put 1 to the right of it. And this is one of those things where I want you to mark each thing you place, so that way you know what you're doing, because it's going to get really confusing. And we're going to put 2 underneath that, 1, 2. And now that you have this 3 vertical we've created, we're going to go to the middle block, and that's what we're going to use to kind of thicken up our lines. So with the middle block, we're going to put 1 coal to the left. We're then going to go up into the left 1 single. Up into the left 2 flat, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into the left 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see, now that I zoom out, I'm just marking all the lines so you can see what we're working with. You should do the same, and then just delete the dirt blocks later. From that 4 flat, we're going to go up into the left 7 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me just mark it. This makes things so much easier. We're then going to go down into left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down into left 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see it met up with the wall right there, and that kind of closes out the shape for us. So all we can do is just fill in these gaps like right here with some coal, and you should be good. We just check on the right side if there's any gaps. Yep, there's 1 gap right here, and that's all the gaps. So now what you can do is then delete the dirt blocks, and once the dirt blocks are deleted, you should see that it kind of looks like the left eye, where it's the eyebrow's kind of thick and it leaves room for the pupil or the eyeball, whatever you want to say. Perfect. So let's do the eyeball first, and then we'll worry about the oak planks we have up there and the shading and eyelash, and then we'll be done. So for the eyeball, where we have this 1 single just kind of floating right here, what I want you to do is go underneath it and add 7 to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're then going to go down into the right 2 vertical, so placement block on the bottom or right side. 1, 2. Down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Placement block on top. Up and to the right 9 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this should look familiar to the other eye because it's an exact copy of it. But we're just going to go through the motions anyways. From the top of this 9 vertical, we're going to go up and to the left 2 singles. 1, 2. Up and to the left 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down and to the left 1 single. And then we're going to close this out by going down to the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Meeting up with the 8 vertical we originally created at a diagonal. So that's perfect. So the final step we need to do for this eye is going over to the right side where we have the 9 vertical right here. We're going to do exactly what we did over there where we left the space for the white concrete and then an inner pupil. So starting from the top of the 9 vertical, we're going to count down 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. And on that 3rd block, we're just going to add 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3 with coal. All the way on the left side of the 3 coal we just added, we're going to do 2 things. First, we're going to put another coal on top of this final block. But then underneath it, we're going to put a placement block so that we can go down into the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. From the 3 vertical we just placed, we're going to go down into the right. So placement block on the bottom or right side. 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And then you can switch over to your white concrete if you want and just color that all in. It should be only about 9 blocks. And then we can go back to that top 3 flat that we originally put that single on top of and start shaping that out. So we're going to go up and to the left from there, 2 flat, 1, 2, down into left 1 single, down into left 5 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops, 5, down into the right 1 single now, down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, and then we're going to connect back up to the face or whatever this is, the pupil, by going up into the right 1 single. Perfect. So you can see it's an exact replica of the left eye. And all we have to do now is backtrack to this top right corner where we have the oak planks waiting for us, and we're going to work with there. So delete these dirt blocks now. And from these oak planks, we're going to go up into the left 4 vertical with oak planks again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're almost done, guys. This is the home stretch. Hang in there. If you were thinking about stopping, just complete it. We're almost done. From the top of this 4 vertical, we're going to switch over to coal and put 1 on top. And from that 1 on top, we're going to put 1 to the left. We're then going to go up into the left 3 flat. So placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2, 3. Up into the left 4 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2. Let me just delete those extra blocks. Up into the left 7 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then finally up into the left 5 flat. So placement block to the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So now let's go back to the original 2 flat over here on the right side. And we're going to go to the right block and switch over to our oak planks and put 2 on top. 1, 2. And we're just going to extend this shading along the side of her forehead. So let's just keep on going up and to the left from here. So put your placement block to the top or left side each time you're done. And we're going to go up and to the left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Placement block. Up and to left 2 vertical, and we're going to do that 5 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, that's 4. And finally 1, 2, that's 5. Delete, 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 and we're good. Now from there, we're going to go up and to the left 1 single. Up and to left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up and to left 5 singles now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to finish this pixel art by going up and to the left 2 flat. 1, 2. Now if you want, you can just go back now and fill in this right side with oak planks all the way up the side of her face. But we're going to jump into the finished build and talk about the colors. It's pretty simple and self-explanatory, thankfully. The most difficulty in this build is actually from the framework, but the colors is pretty simple. I have most of it separated for you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll see you guys when we're jumping into the finished build. Alright guys, so going into the finished build, it's pretty simple. We're going to need a full tray right here, so I suggest doing one of the easier colors like the pinks first, so you can free that spot up for a splash potion of swiftness, and that will help you fill in the other parts. But going over the colors, what we're going to need are first birch planks, oak planks, black concrete, red concrete, pink concrete, white concrete, light gray concrete, and white terracotta. Alright, so starting from the bottom, we'll switch over to the light gray concrete, and there's a little sliver right here underneath her collar because it's a little bit darker because of the shading. So we're going to put this little L shape in with the light gray concrete, and then going to the right side, it's a little bit bigger, but we're going to fill that in as well. And then the rest of her shirt can just go with white in the center right here, except for the shoulder straps on the right side, which is going to be red concrete. The shoulder strap on the left side is also red concrete, but we also have this little extra section over here where it's going to be white too. So pause and fill that in as you need to. Underneath the neck, we're going to put oak planks because this is shaded in, so we want to make sure that's darker than the rest of her face. It's not too noticeable from the right hand camera screen, but it's just the little details that count. And then the neck part right here, we put black concrete in just for the shading part. Now going to the hair, if you guys remember, I outlined with dark concrete, or gray concrete at least. Underneath the ear right here, you can see I outlined the edges of it, but inside of it is all going to be gray concrete on the left side, and if on the right side you can see it as well. And this separates the part of her hair that's behind her head versus the part of the hair that's falling in front of her head. As you can see, every part of her hair in front of her head is going to be light gray concrete. The only other part of the hair that's going to be dark is all the way at the top right here. You can see this M shape that kind of just folds over. That's going to be gray concrete as well. Just make sure to color that in, and you should be done with that color as well. Moving on to the face, if you grab the white terracotta, you can just fill in the horn real quick. And all we did was go into this top right corner right here where we had the two vertical with the black concrete, and you can just put one terracotta right here going up and to the right, and then you can go up and to the right two more verticals with the white terracotta just to fill in that gap. Doesn't really matter how you fill in this gap, it's just not really that noticeable. If you wanted to, you could even, I probably fill this in with coal and just have the horn outlined completely. Alright, going down, let's start from the bottom of the face. From the mouth, this bottom half of it is going to be white concrete, and that's for the teeth. And then the top row is actually going to be pink concrete for the tongue, or I guess the back row of the mouth. That's not usually how we do it. Usually the top row is the teeth, but it looks fine, so we're going to leave it. Going up to the eyes, you can see majority of the eye is just this big white mass, and that's going to be all colored in white concrete. And then the inner eyeball, we already colored in the white patches, so that's fine. The most inner part is going to be pink concrete, and then the outer part is going to be red. And that same structure happens on the other eye. And then all that's left to do is switch to your birch planks and color in the entire face. Make sure that the shading parts have been shaded in first with the oak planks. We have that on the left and right side. And then it falls on the left side too. And then you have the ear over here that's also colored in with oak planks. I don't think it matters if you do it with birch. Let me see if it looks any different. It doesn't really, but it's closest to the shaded part, so maybe you want to use oak plank for this little sliver of the ear. But once you do that, you are done. The hair should take a long time, but you can see it's just simple light gray concrete. And hopefully you guys enjoy your Eri-chan pixel art tutorial. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more My Hero Academia pixel arts. I should have Overhaul or somebody else coming soon. I just need to work on the blueprints and see if it's possible. Otherwise, I'll probably do Nezuko from Demon Slayer, and that should be a big one as well. So hopefully you guys are enjoying these. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.